Hello, everyone.
Hi, hi,
Hi, Prateek. How are
hi.
you?
How are you? I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I request you to switch on your camera. I think, yeah, now you see.
Okay, you can see me right now, right?
Yes, yes. Just give me
Let me
one
turn
minute.
on the lights. Yeah.
How are you? All good?
I'm good. I'm good. Everything is good.
Welcome to our channel for the first time. It's a pleasure hosting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And would love
Sure.
to discuss about hedging as I am already aware about the topic and would love to teach about hedging, especially in crypto, because I have it's been like more than not three, 4+ years into stock markets where like I'm doing hedging from like past 2 to 3 years. And now even like I've shifted my strategy, how I trade into crypto as well. Yes.
Sure. So, for people who are relatively newer on the channel and newer to crypto, we would like to give a little introduction. So, we have with us today the amazing Prateek Sahani, and he has joined for an insightful AMA session on a topic that will often leave traders like you puzzled. So today's topic is hedging strategies. As Prateek also said, we are going to talk about that. And we are going to break down simple examples and also some useful tips, especially for the crypto market traders, through which they can easily navigate the market volatility. Let's
Yes.
get straight into this topic, Pradeep. So, first, I would like to know you are relatively young, right? You are one of the youngest entrepreneur in this crypto industry. So, how do you look at the growth that is happening and what interests you to be here?
So the growth is really very, very wonderful. As we have seen, there is a sudden drop in stock markets, right? The second thing is what I have seen a major shift in crypto markets just because crypto market gives the freedom to the people where like there is no limit, there is no minimum requirement margin to invest in the markets. If you are just having 1,000 rupees, you can invest in this market. If you are having even crores, you can invest in the market. I've seen like because from past stock market activities, right? I've seen like many people shifted their funds from stock market to crypto, as we have seen a major bull run also. And what I believe is in our country, I am more bullish for crypto. Like I know there are some like tax issues which like people face, but what I feel is I see crypto market in next month will be equal or even be bigger than the Indian stock markets. Yeah, so I'm very bullish on the crypto markets, crypto industry, because I have seen there are too much instruments which are happening, right? First, like hedging. So basically, I do hedging on Pi 42, right? And along with that, I have seen many people are doing crypto SIPs as well, right? So SIPs is majorly for those who really would like to invest very slowly. They are not into risk instruments. They don't like to trade intraday or swing. So there are options for crypto SIP as well. As we have heard, we have seen some stories where like how if you have invested 500 rupees in SIP and now same story happens in crypto. This is a time and what people say, I remember last time when I met a person, he said Bitcoin is at 90K, now it will fall. And just look at it. Bitcoin is above 100K. You cannot mark the Bitcoin top. What we see like in next 6 months, if we see Bitcoin above 1,80,000 dollars, then it will be like amazing. So what I believe is this is not the time where you have to sell. You have to buy, only buy. Same happened in Indian markets when Nifty was in a bullish range after COVID. Many people thought that this is what that was the top. And now if you see Nifty is already at its all-time high. Same will gonna happen with crypto. As we have heard, we know like now US government has reserves in crypto. So what makes reserves more? So when government put some reserves in crypto market, there is already a hedge. There is already a hedge. So what people do is basically there have been we have like heard like many people are not comfortable with crypto platforms. Now I have seen like earlier when stock market discounted broker comes like Zerodha, Upstox, Dhan, say crypto platforms are more easier nowadays. Those who are like in India, those who are like giving UPI or like bank account services where like you can just deposit in INR, right? And now it is more easy. The platforms are more easy. It's very easy to understand in crypto. And if what I want is if someone is trading in the crypto markets, right? I have introduced a very nice strategy where like I'm just putting my 4 years of experience in hedging, and now I've started doing this in crypto as well. Yeah.
Very nice to hear that. Actually, you come with a lot of knowledge as well as you have the experience of the markets, be it Nifty 50 stock and now crypto. Also, what you're saying, just to pitch in something. So the part where you talked about taxation,
Okay.
very few people are aware about this. That when you trade in crypto futures, you don't have to pay thirty
You don't
percent
have to pay the taxes. Yeah.
and TDS on our platform.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into the topic, I would say. So, Pratik, like from your early experience and from whatever you have learned till now, how you are, approaching to the concept of risk management and hedging in this market.
Definitely. So first of all, people need to learn, right? The best point which you have mentioned here is people are not aware about that the only taxation in India is only at the spot. If you are trading in futures and option, it comes under derivatives. You don't need to pay any flat 30% tax, right? This is the main point. Second, let's talk about how I manage my risk, what strategies I usually use. So I'll tell you in a very easy example, which I just recently, I think I made an example as well. Right. So what basically I do when I feel Bitcoin should go bullish, right? I always take an against position. Like suppose if I feel like Bitcoin will like move around 10% or 5%, usually people buy that coin, right? I basically take a position buy and as well as the sell. So this might be confusing for some people, but this is what hedging is. So how I calculate, how I manage my risk is I always take hedge positions, hedge strategies. There are plenty of hedging strategies which I use. One hedging strategy which I use is called iron fly hedging strategy, which you can do on any, like you can do in future and option. Basically, it is made for future and option. Even last on like 542, I have made a identify strategy, but like I made really pretty good. Right. So second strategy where you like can make is short strangle strategy. So these are some technical strategies. If you want, like definitely I'll explain it. So I have made an example here. Right. Suppose what if you think is suppose Bitcoin is at 60,000. Suppose Bitcoin is at $60,000. Right. Here we come with the futures and options. If you feel that Bitcoin can go around like 10% more or 15% more, what people do is they just buy the Bitcoin, right? What I do is I buy Bitcoin. Like you can buy in futures also. If you have option, you can go for options. But if you want to buy in futures, you can do futures also. If I feel see like Bitcoin can go up, I buy $60,000 of Bitcoin and I take an against position where like I sell in USDT, right? So I'll explain it again. If you want to take a hedge position, you just buy that coin. Suppose if the Bitcoin is at 60,000, you buy the Bitcoin in futures, right? At 60,000. And suppose I have bought 100 quantities. Let's say I bought or one Bitcoin, right? You have to apply one rule. 25% of the position should be against that buy strategy. Like if I bought one Bitcoin and my 25% of that whole money, it will be under sold Bitcoin. Of how to sell it, I'll explain how to hedge it. So what you do if you go on Pi 42, there are two options which you can see. One is the INR, second is the USDT, right? What I do is I basically buy Bitcoin in INR, right? I buy Bitcoin in INR worth of $60,000, let's assume, and I sell 25% of that amount Bitcoin in USDT. Right. So there is one problem. What people feel is if they buy the Bitcoin in spot, they say like, sir, if we just create a sell position, it will liquidate. No, if you create that sell position in USDT, it will be considered as the two position, right? Two legs, not a single leg, right? So that's what I take benefit from it. Now, like it's confusing for the people, like how you are managing the risk here. Suppose what I feel is, so I'll tell you, I'll explain you some charts, right? Bitcoin doesn't go like this. It go like this. It creates a wave. Sometimes it go down also, and then it goes up, right? So if you want to gain, I cannot hear you, dear.
No, no, I was just trying to
Okay, okay.
understand.
So my voice is audible to everyone.
I hope it is.
It
Can
is.
someone comment down if they're
Yeah.
hearing
I can.
us?
I cannot even see the user. If you want, I can like share this link. I cannot find the link. I need. I need to know. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think people have joined us. I can find a comment. Hi, Chiku, can you hear us?
I think. I think they can.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'll explain you, right? So what I do is, Bitcoin usually forms a trend like first it goes up and then it goes down. Big people try to hunt your stop loss, and there where like people make their huge losses. Right. Yeah. So what I do is basically to prevent that structure. If I am scared about that, if Bitcoin can show a little bit downfall and all, I just create a sell position. If I bought Bitcoin at $60,000, right, worth of, let's suppose I bought one Bitcoin, right, and the 25% of Bitcoin which I sold in USDT, right? One Bitcoin I bought in INR, and the 25% of the whole quantity I sold in USDT, right? That sold position will give me benefit when the Bitcoin goes down. So I will be hedged, right? Because Bitcoin doesn't go like this. If Bitcoin is going like this, I'll be in profit, right? And second position will be in loss. The 25% position will be lost. Still, I'll be in net profit of 75%, right? Because if you are taking 100% position, where 25 position is hedged, right? Now, if Bitcoin goes up, I'll be in profit around net 75%. If we are assuming the whole position. If Bitcoin goes down or it goes against to our view, right? That 25% will already help our 25% of the portfolio. That is what the basic hedging is. Like I'm just explaining very, very basic example, right? And what people feel is rather than this, sir, we can like even buy like small quantities. So this strategy is basically for the big players, not the big players. If you are like investing 50,000, 1 lakh, you cannot zero that thing, right? It is for them, those who know, or those who want to invest in Bitcoin, even in futures, those who feel Bitcoin can go bullish, but they are scared of their capital might be liquidated because there are very high chances. So that hedge position will protect them at least 25%. That's what government did. Government also hedged the Bitcoin. How? Because as we've seen like Trump news and all, right, and how like positive it was at the initial for the crypto market. Same US government also put some money. So now Bitcoin has very, very high reserves in United States, right? And already Bitcoin is hedged. If you ask me which coin is the safest coin, I say BTC because government already has some position. So Bitcoin cannot be zero now, right? This is what the hedging is. If your market is going up, if it goes down also, if like something against your strategy happened, then the 25% of the portion will protect you. So this is a very basic hedging example. That's all I do. Yeah, you have to do in futures only because it only works in future, right? Where you just have to buy in USDT INR, right? Oh, sorry, you have to buy in INR, right? BTC INR, and you have to sell in USDT. Where I've seen like in 542, I've seen there are two options. You can buy in INR as well. You can see INR pair as well. You can see USDT pair as well. That's why I chose 542 for hedging, right? Because my style is hedging. That's why I chose 542, where like I can just shift to INR first, where I buy my position, and then I shift back to USDT, where I take hedge or sell my position. Yeah. So
True.
that's
So,
all you can
like,
do. Yes.
one of the things that you really said, for example, Bitcoin can never be zero. That
Yeah, it
actually
cannot
clicks
be.
our mind like anything. And that is the reason why people, many of them, have been very curious about this topic,
Yeah.
like hedging, and especially in futures. I think stock market, of course, like what it was growing till date, we all have come to know. But the growth of crypto is something that is so interesting to the new investors who are in the market, be it in retail or something else. I think that that is something worth looking at and something worth investing into. So my question would be, largely for the beginners. For example, लेट्स से सम ऑफ द ट्रेडर्स दे डोंट हैव कॉम्प्लेक्स टूल्स, उनको समझ नहीं आ रहे कितना कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट करना है, कौन सा टूल यूज करना है। तो कुछ ऐसी स्ट्रैटेजी आप बताओ जिससे कोई भी आज के टाइम पे हेज कर सके।
So I can give you a strategy which is called iron fly strategy, where I've made some notes here, right? So I'll tell you what you have to do. Yes, sorry. Yeah. So there is one strategy which I use in Indian stock markets. The name is iron fly, right? So what iron fly is basically, if you are a trader as well, right? You have seen sometimes or majority of the times what Bitcoin does is Bitcoin stays in a range bound situation where like Bitcoin creates a consolidation zone where it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So I have made a strategy because I have seen Bitcoin goes up, but for a longer period, it goes sideways. It goes sideways, right? So there is one strategy for the sideways. I'll explain. So we'll assume the same number. Suppose Bitcoin is at 60,000, right? Bitcoin is at 60,000. So basically, it's a future and option strategy. Do you want me to just explain you about the future strategy, or do you want me to consider the options as well? If
No,
you
of
want, or
course you can tell for options also, and we would
okay.
like to just give some more disclaimer that options you can expect it to be live on Pi 42 anytime
Oh,
soon.
that's very nice. That's very
Yes,
nice because that's what
and
I
users
wanted to.
can
Yeah.
join the wait list also. So
Oh,
yeah, let's
that's very nice.
do for
So
both.
this will be more interesting for me as well, right? I'm definitely going to create iron fly there. So what you have to do is, let's suppose we are assuming Bitcoin is at 60,000, right? You have to sell a call, right? You have to sell a call. What does call selling mean? So these are some basic of options which you can easily learn on YouTube, right? Otherwise, we can conduct more sessions as well. Basically, if you sell a call, then if market goes down, you'll be in profit. If buy the call, then market will go up, you'll get profit. So what I do is you have to sell a call of the $60,000 strike price, right? Suppose if the $60,000 call strike price, if the premium is $3,000. So there are some like technical terms which I think audience are already aware about is what is future and options, right? Those who doesn't know anything about options, I think you guys are very late. Now most of the people are aware about what is option premium and all, right? But if let's not
It's never
talk.
too late.
Yeah, yeah. But still, I'll say, like, if you are not, if you don't know, if you're not aware about it, it's easy. It's available on YouTube. You can check on any channel, right? So what you have to do is you have to sell a call of $60,000 strike price, right? The suppose let's assume the premium, the price of that call is $3,000, right? So I sold a call of $3,000. Same, you have to sell a put also, right? Same 60,000, right? And the price, suppose it is nearby 3,100. So we'll say I think I can write also here. No, wait. Okay, I'll explain here. I think there is no option for writing here. Yeah. So I'll tell you. So what I do is I sold a call of $3,000 price and I sold a put of $3,100 price. First, you have to understand what does it mean. So if I sold a call, it means if market will go down, that I'll be in profit. And I sold a put. If market will go up, then I'll be in profit, right? So I have made two positions where like market if go up, then this will be in profit. It go down, then this will be in profit. Thirdly, you say, like people will definitely have a doubt. Then if one position is profit, then one position is will be in loss. How we can take profit from that? If you don't know the theta, there is a concept which is called theta, time value decay. If someone is already aware about options, they already know it. If you are not, so I'll tell you. Do you know if you are holding an option, it has some expiries also, right? So if we talk about Bitcoin, it has expiry for next day, it has expiry for bi-weekly, it has expiry for weekly, right? So what happened in the option is, suppose if the option expiry is on Monday, so if the price is right now is 3,000, on Monday it will be zero. So already you have sold 3,000 worth of call where the price is 3,000 and you sold a put with a premium of 3,100 assume. Now, if market goes in range, they both will become zero. Why? Because expiry nearby, if the expiry day comes, the both position will be zero and the market will be stuck in the range. That's how I make this strategy up. If you'll ask me now, sir, what will be happening if the market goes in one side? Suppose if market doesn't sustain in a range, if it goes one side, then we take two hedges position. We basically, if we feel that market can go more up, we are like now predicting is if market goes in a range, then we'll be in profit. But if we think if market goes one side, then We protect it by buying a call. So you have to sell a call, sell a put, and you can buy more call and buy more put, right? This is basically a strategy which I make. This is called the RL Fly. It is already available on my YouTube channel also. Like you can search Bull Pratik Sahani, right? You'll definitely get to know about it, right? And we have heard like there is like options is coming on Pi 42 as well. Same in like you can trade in Pi 42, where like if you need some notes about the strategy, you can just check my YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for explaining it. I think it was clear, and it will be
Mm.
further,
Yeah.
better if we give an example. And
Yeah.
for that same, I would definitely recommend them to go to your
Definitely.
YouTube and
Definitely.
check out the
Yes.
video for details. However, like you have explained this strategy, and of course, it sounds compelling. But can you do a step by step breakdown of the process? How a person who has just learned hedging, how will they hedge when the market is showing early signs of volatility? The volatility may, of course, some of the users will
Yeah.
definitely have this FOMO and panic, which of course shouldn't come in. But how to avoid
So
that, and what the process
in
we should.
volatility, the first strategy which I told is best test for the volatility. Same which I thought if users are getting panic, same they just have to do is if suppose Bitcoin is sitting at $1 lakh, you just buy the Bitcoin of $1 lakh. So if you are buying Bitcoin of 10,000 rupees, right? From the I explain in a very layman language. Suppose if you are buying a Bitcoin at 10,000 of 10,000 rupees, right? And let's assume Bitcoin is at $1 lakh, right? So your view is bullish. You feel like Bitcoin will go more, right? Will go up, but you are still I still feel like if it goes down, I'll be in loss and all. What you have to do is you have to first of all you have to select your fund. Suppose we are assuming like if a small trader who can easily invest up to like 10 to 15,000 rupees, right? You have to invest around a minimum amount of 10,000, right? Where 25% of it, right? I say again. So what will be the 25% of 10,000? 2,500 rupees, right? So you have to sell the Bitcoin in USDT of 25,000 rupees. So now what will be the hedge? So net 7,500 will be your profit, right? So we are assuming if we are taking leverage only of one time. And I've seen like in Pi 42, you can take leverage up to 50x as well, right? So if you are taking as leverage up to 10x, but what my recommendation is for beginner traders, you just take leverage up to 20x max to max. Even like myself also, I take up around like 20 to 25. That's all. For beginner, you can take like 10 to 12. That is fine. So what I did is I bought Bitcoin of 10,000 rupees where I sold Bitcoin of 2,500 rupees in USDT, right? Now, as you say, like in volatility situation, let it be. If your target doesn't hit, your 2,500 rupees of position will definitely want to protect you. So, but your net loss will be 7,500. If you are more scared, you can like sell your Bitcoin in USDT around 3,500, right? You can just manage your head position. So, I'd say again, if you feel like volatility can be a risky situation, right? Then you can just take a head position in USDT and take a sell position in USDT, take a buy position in INR, which is both available on 542. Yeah. So best and
That's a
volatility.
really wise advice, I would say.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's better to observe the market than you make your move. Like you
Yes.
should never
Yes.
panic in such situations. Thank
Yes.
you, thank you for bringing that out. You also talked about leverage, and you suggested like itna leverage koi use kar sakta hai. For example, 20x is what you said.
Yes.
So like whenever we are hedging, like we have this thing in mind, like in futures people know there is a choice and they would like to spoil go with their choices. So how should a beginner approach this concept of hedging safely without over leveraging, which
Okay.
is which is a danger? Like you should not use
Yeah.
high leverage. Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell you for the beginner, say if you are like very much scared, still I'd say 5x leverage is like really fine. I feel like 5x leverage is fine, right? Because in stock market also people have like around 5x leverage. What I feel is taking leverage up to 5x is good, right? Above 5x for beginners is risky. You just if you want to like go into hedging, you just still can choose up to 5x leverage. There is not an issue until unless if you'll still say like sir what if the volatility comes like same I think yesterday it happened with Dogecoin, right? It will not liquidate your whole position because you already have a sell position hedge position in USDT, right? So what you do is if you are investing 10,000, you just select up to 5x, right? 5x is fine, just 50,000 rupees, right? And 5x is a really, really very, very common common leverage, which is already in stock market as well, right? Just follow the stock market path, right? Just take up to 5x leverage, where just to you have to hedge your position. And for beginner, I say again, if you have to invest in Bitcoin, never think as a sell, think as a buy only, right? If you are a beginner, don't go for sell position, just buy it and sell only for hedging. But if what beginners do here is they try to short the Bitcoin, right? So you for shorting the Bitcoin, for taking intradays, right? Intraday trade, it will take some time, right? But still, I will give an advice, right? For all the beginners, you have to follow the rule strictly about the hedging. Every trade which you're gonna choose, it should be with the hedge position, right? This is what my rule, what I follow is. If suppose if even Trump also says in my ear that Bitcoin will gonna go up to 2 lakh dollars or $3 lakh, right? I'll definitely not gonna follow him. I'll say, sir, I'll make my position in hedge. I will not gonna trade without hedge, right? This is what the mindset is. Yeah.
Sure, like you said, today's topic has more or less been around the hedging strategies for beginners. We have given more importance to them. So what I personally feel is when we are going to that next level up, maybe the advanced strategies that you talked earlier, right in the beginning, we forget these basics that you have covered now, which
Yeah.
shouldn't be in any which
Yeah.
way. Like we should
Yeah.
not, we can't skip
Correct.
that. So
Yes.
many people, what happens is they confuse this hedging with making opposite bets. वो बोलेंगे कि
Oh.
इधर लगा लो long, उसका उल्टा कर लो इधर short. So how
Yeah.
would you, explain the difference between speculation and proper hedging?
Uh, yeah, I'll definitely say yes. So it is not speculation. Basically, what speculation mean is you are just taking that you are just trading in a very shorter time frame. Like suppose एक ही है मेरी ये मेरा yeah sorry. So suppose you are trading under 1 minute time frame. What people do is just people think like if the candle is coming green, they just buy the position, right? And they just use a very high leverage, and then their fund gets liquidated, and then they start like talking bullshit about crypto markets, right? So that's what speculation is. You have to understand every market. Every market takes time. You cannot just mix speculation with the hedging. So hedging, what I say is you have to hold for it. It is not about you have to exit on intraday, right? You can hold even for days, like for weeks. There's no issue, right, with that. But how speculation people do in the market is they just basically takes a shorter time frame, like 1 minute, 5 minutes is okay. 1 minute is still dangerous. How they speculate is they just basically trade by the candle. I've seen some people who are like made or who have liquidated their position, where what they do is whenever they see a big green candle, they take an opposite position with what you were trying to say, right? That is not hedging. That is for the speculation. You cannot judge like that. If Bitcoin is like going up under 1 minute, it will go down. No, bro, it's a very volatile market. It's not hedging, right? Even in 1 minute, you cannot do hedge also. So if you want to stop speculation, never trade in a very, very shorter time frame. 1 minute is prohibited here. You can trade in 5 minutes, 30 minutes. Best time frame which I advise is the 30 minutes. 30 minutes is the best time frame if you would like to trade in intraday, because crypto markets open 24/7, right? If you want to invest or if you want to go for swing trading, then 1 day time frame is like more what I choose is. So I definitely repeat again, if you want to get rid of the speculation, stop taking time frame around 1 minute. 5 minutes is also not advisable for beginners, right? That is what speculation is. So what people see is if they see the red candle, they buy it. If they see the green candle, they sell it, and they choose very high level like 10x, 25x, and that's how they liquidate their fund, which is not advisable. And the person, as I have already experienced, I'm an experienced stock market trader, and from there I'm putting my experience, putting my strategy which I learned in stock market into crypto markets, right? So that's what the biggest mistake where like people lose their money. And in crypto, it's very high chances you definitely get liquidated. That's what people face the issues where like I've seen too much of comments and too much messages on my Instagram, on my YouTube, right? That their position get liquidated because they choose very shorter time frame. It is not advisable. You have to be a professional trader. You have to be patient, right? If you have patience, definitely you're gonna win it. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of the things that you said, you use time frames for 5 minutes, 30 minutes. And I have also heard this earlier, like you can check 5 minutes, you also shuffle between 30 and 5,
Yeah.
but you don't ever try to go for 1 minute. This
One
is
minute.
what
No,
I
no, crypto is not
have.
made for it. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yes,
on
yes, I
one
have
people
also.
call it as a so people call it scalping, but it's not scalping, it's speculation. That's why. If you are
Thank you for
if you are just betting on it,
demystifying.
yeah, if you're just betting on it, it's a betting, it's a speculation. You cannot just judge crypto like if it goes up, we'll want to short it. No, that's not the right strategy. The technical analysis, the strategy, the rules, the stop losses, the targets, the entries should be there. Then it is not considered as stop loss. Or it is not considered as speculation. So what
Sure.
speculation means when they feel. So what people do is, sir, I think that Bitcoin will go down, but they don't have any logic reason. That's what speculation is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So, like you said, we have been talking for a while about volatility and different types of conditions that undergo. So, I would like to know from you, like your strategy, does it change from the market downturns? For example, in normal market conditions, you would be trading with a different strategy than in the market downturn. Like you can share one or two examples that people
so
apply.
basically, I'd still say, right, if market goes down, right, I'll still advise to the beginners not to trade in that market. Rather, you can just take a buy, but don't take any short position. But yeah, how I trade is whenever I see like market is at the down, I still create an hedging position where I do the reverse hedging. How the reverse hedging happens, as I told with the starting example, where like I was buying Bitcoin in INR and shorting Bitcoin in USDT. I now do a reverse position where I sell Bitcoin in INR and I buy Bitcoin in USDT. That's how I change my position, right? Until or unless, see, I'll tell you, crypto market is very, very wise. Stock markets are still more dynamic. But crypto market is very, very wise. What I feel is volatility is I know there is like very high chances for the volatility. But what I feel is now if you are trading in very, very big coins, like if Bitcoin, for example, or Ethereum, it won't change your strategy that much if Bitcoin goes down as well. Yeah, if you are trading in meme coins or altcoins, then it will be risky. Then I say because meme coin has a season. It is not like that Bitcoin, like you can see, like, oh my God, if I like invest 100 rupees in any meme coin, it will get double, triple, 4x. No, it has a season. And when the season ends, people make losses there. But if you are trading in Bitcoin, what I see is if it goes down also, if the situation change, because market is dynamic, you have to follow the rules. You have to follow the rules, right? Because in any situation, if you are following the rules with the hedging position, your probability will definitely gonna help you with that. Yeah.
Sure. So that makes a little bit clear that, of course, your strategy would definitely go through some change in the market.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
and this brings me to the last question. We have talked about
Yes.
strategies. We have
Yeah.
talked about the signs of volatility and how to approach this concept of leveraging. Everything that is basics to understand. And
Yes.
let's not forget the mistakes. Many traders would definitely make the biggest of the mistakes when they attempt to hedge their positions. So, what are the common mistakes that you have seen, and how can they avoid them?
So the first thing what I've seen is like if the person who is not following the rules is the biggest mistake. Right. You have to learn, you have to understand the market. I think like I've seen like people who have like more than 2 to 3 years of experience, still they are doing losses. What I feel is the biggest problem in the market or the biggest problem to those traders who are like already making losses are they don't follow it. They want to learn everything, but they don't want to follow it. Right. What I advise people is if you are learning from anywhere, you have to start following, you have to start trusting it because learning will not make you money. If you are just following it, definitely you will achieve something. This is the biggest mistake. What I say is you have to follow and take an action. Right. And second, what I feel is people are more into speculation because they have seen like too much of the people who are like doing live stream and they see like too much of profit. They are getting influenced by other profits. You like other profits. Suppose if a trader is like earning $10,000 from $1,000, so they also think they can do that. but they don't know like how much that person is earning and what is your income. Like, so you have to follow the rules, right? You should not get influence from others, right? You have, because it is your capital and it is your risk appetite. You have to manage by your portfolio. What advice is, you have to follow the rules, follow the stop losses, follow the hedging. And one more thing I'll add here: if market goes in any situation, right, you must not have to change your strategy. Your strategy can get changed, but your rule should be the same, right? If you'll ask me, if the Bitcoin, if I see at even $50,000 also, so more people will think that I'm gonna buying it, right? But at that time also, I will create a hedge position. So this is my rule, right? I will take every single trade with hedge position. This is my rule. So you have to follow the rules. You have to respect the rules. Definitely it will make you earn money. Yeah.
Just to correct myself again and repeat what you said, we actually mean that your strategy may change, but your rules shouldn't, right?
Shouldn't.
So
It
this is
shouldn't. Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
want to implement.
Your rules and your style, right? So strategy can be changed, your style and your rules. Yeah. How you see the market. So what style mean is, if my style is, I have a patient, I am a patient trader. And some people who are like trading into very shorter time, my style is already decided, right? And some people has a style of scalping, where they take entry and exit in a very short time. So they take an entry and they just exit it into 5 and 10 minutes, right? Your style should be the same. Strategy might get changed. Yeah, you're right.
Yes. I think that was it from my side. Let me check
Yeah.
if we have questions. The floor is open for questions.
Yes.
Yeah, bring your questions. Or what we can do is, if we get the questions, we would directly, want to address them on your channel, or we can
For
go.
sure. For sure. For sure. For
Yes,
sure.
yes, sure. We'll be sharing the questions with you later. And I think this has been very insightful as well as very valuable practically at the same time. Like what
Yes.
strategies you have told us today, we would like to, see them come alive by, following the things that we understand and truly want to commit to. So definitely, just want to say that these valuable insights would definitely be helpful to, start this thing, like the concepts that people need
Yes.
to understand, and the risks they need to understand about, and also we need to think about the mistakes that we commonly do and how to avoid them. So these are the little intricacies of hedging that you have talked about, and thank you so much for bringing all these concepts in a very simple understanding. And for our audience, you don't forget to follow both of our channels, Prateek's
Yes.
and 542, and stay tuned with us for more AMAs, market insights, and trading tools that help you stay ahead in the market. And for also don't forget that options is going to come live very soon. You can expect it anytime. I'll just drop the options waitlist link in the chat, and you can join the waitlist. So yeah, let's go, guys.
Yeah.